Oh,
Oh,
he was pretty witty, wasn't he?
Oh,
And
yeah,
then she
maybe
said,
too witty
well,
here.
if I was your wife, I'd put poison in your coffee. And he said, lady Astor, if you're my wife, I would drink it.
Oh! I like those.
I mean, they had a little fun, but now they are so sarcastic. They don't have a wit. They just, you know, on both
Biting.
sides of the
Yeah.
both sides of the fence. I'm not
Right.
picking on Republican or Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
There's two extremes in both those parties, and they just don't come to any agreement on anything. And
know.
you and I
Sure.
suffer for it.
I
Yeah,
really
that's
do,
for
don't we?
sure.
They got their money and their private jets and
Yeah.
private bodyguards. And,
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
It's true. It is true. Very
It's
true.
like Al Gore, who, you know, preached about, you know, global warming,
Yeah.
and then he has
a big jet.
a jet and
Yeah.
a house with no solar panels.
That's called hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. This is a mighty big flag here. That's a beauty.
Yep. Yeah, we're red, white, and blue up here. We don't have that rainbow colors. I mean, they got enough of that.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's starting to backfire on them. People
Oh, yeah.
are getting, you know, you can't be pushing that on me. If I don't want to believe it, I don't have to believe it. Do I? Or they're making you.
Oh, there's.
That one
There's
guy
some-
won in court that didn't want to. The gay people wanted him to make a invitation. He says, "I'm sorry, but my religion doesn't agree with that." And he had to go to court over it, and he won because we got a conservative Supreme Court, you know.
Yes, we do.
Now you're going to notice a contrast,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yep.
What was your first name?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. Lorraine.
Two
R-R.
Two
R-R-A-I-N-E.
Lorraine.
Got it.
The old-fashioned
You're going to
way.
see $1 million homes on this trip here.
Okay.
They got double car garages. Look at these homes. $1 million. A lot of them are
million.
in business for themselves, electronics, lawyers, and they build big homes here. I just want to show you. Look at that place. That looks like a duplex, doesn't it? Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that Quonset little outside. What do you call that?
Gazebo?
Yeah,
Gazebo, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
This
last
is your
one-
little neck of the woods, huh?
Yep. It's a good neck. I mean, you got to live somewhere. You don't want to live above your means, though. You know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
can't afford to.
And the speed bumps keep everybody honest with
Yep.
the speed.
Yep. Well, they got kids running around here. You don't want them
Yeah.
run over.
Yeah.
And there's always a hot rodder that comes through here. You know, people that live. It's mainly for people that live here. You know, look at that place. Look at
Yeah. Here it gets pretty nippy in the winter here.
Yep. The weather,
Minus 40 one last winter, huh?
60. Gets down to minus 60.
Minus 60.
And
Wow.
dark. Dark all day.
Wow.
The sun comes up at 10 and goes down at 2.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it's a different world. Yeah, it's when you're older and people leave, it's just too hard on your bones, you know.
Yeah.
And you're psychic. People, the military has a hard time keeping the boys from getting drunk every day, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's the Russians have the same problem, you know.
Really?
Oh yeah. That's too many getting.
People like full rainbow. I get up in the morning and go fishing and get something for breakfast.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, fresh rainbow trout
Wow.
when they're biting.
Dochi word.
Yep. Now this guy's got his own business right here. I think it's usually on the side of his truck. I think it's plumbing.
Okay.
They do
Yeah.
all right, you know. Well, I was at Fort Dix, New Jersey, in the Army,
Yep.
and now it's a multi-base. They got Army, Air Force, Marine, right?
Army, Air Force, Naval Air. That went in with the Lakewood training. That was where the dirigible went down.
Oh.
You know, the Hindenburg?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite a catastrophe.
Sure was.
What goes up must come down.
Yeah, well.
And they got to reverse that. What goes down must come up with that submarine. Boy, they were just finding pieces of people.
Well, they ain't going to get
that was a quick hitter. That thing, they said that happened so fast, those people didn't even feel anything.
Oh, they didn't feel
Boom.
anything. It was
exploded.
It was all gone.
That's the way to go, I guess. There you go.
Well, I think that was ill-conceived and ill-engineered, the whole 9 yards. It was
an accident waiting to happen.
It was, and you know the others. They never had a problem with the submersible until that.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, the CO was on it. One of the COs.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, you're gonna get in for a whole change where I live. I'll show you. But everything we have is gonna be gone someday. Even Oprah's gonna have to lose her billions.
Amen.
Yeah. This is one of our little ponds. A lot of little baby ducks. Maybe we'll see them. They cross the road sometime in front of me. We're gonna go into a whole new world right here. It's almost like going back in time. I first came here in 1967. The radio has been on the air for 56 years.
Wow.
24 hours a day.
Gee whiz.
Right there. You see the tower here.
And
so it's not going to be paved. The road's not paved. They're trying to save every dime to keep the radio on the air.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the tower pretty soon.
I can see it.
Okay.
It's right down there, off to the.
Okay. Nope, they're not out today, but normally they're right here. The babies, he had 10 little baby ducks.
Oh.
They're so cute, following their mama around. Oh, there goes a squirrel. Now just look at this, you guys. We have the largest log cabin with a sod roof in the world, right where I'm going to show you.
Really?
Yep, really. We have TV, radio, and TV. It's the only FCC that allows 3 different broadcasts, AM, FM, and Channel 4 TV. Never been heard of before.
Wow.
And I get the first cabin on your right. That's my cabin right there.
Oh, what a great place.
Bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and living room. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
You need all that elbow room
Nope.
by yourself. And my neighbor, he's got a family. He's got 4 girls. So he's got a double-decker with 4 bedrooms. And he's got a homestead that he's building his own house on out at about 50 miles. See all the bicycles? That gives you a good idea.
Yeah,
there might be a family there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Now the grass up on top, that's like a sod.
Yes, that's insulation.
Oh yeah.
We have to cut it with a lawnmower or a goat.
Well, goats work just about better than lawnmowers
goats. They eat everything.
They do.
This is our engineer right here. He lives right over here. That's his wife. They've been here about 20 years. Lives in that cabin right there.
Okay.
They're working. We got a work crew up here right now. See Joy, she's a single lady, works at the mission. They give us a house to stay in. Another cabin there.
That's cute. Yeah, very nice.
And this is the 170 feet, largest in the world with a sod roof. They have a dormitory for single people in the back.
Wow.
Built in 1966.
Now, how do you take care of rot and things like that?
Replace it.
You just replace it.
Yep. Yep.
So you got to pull up the sod and.
Yep. We're doing that to our laundromat. Our laundromat's right there. They're replacing, see, some of the, and putting new roof on. So you have to put a visqueen down and then put the dirt over that.
Wow, that is one tall antenna.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
50,000 watts. It's the largest radio station in North America. Broadcasting in New Zealand, Africa, Russia. We even had programming in Russian. All across the top of the globe. Oh, Steve, you've been bragging about that fighter pilot in World War II. Let me tell you a story about my friend Don Nelson, who built the 50,000 watt KJMP radio station in North Pole, Alaska. He was in the ball turret flying over Berlin. He survived 23 missions, dropping bombs, and the Germans were throwing everything but the kitchen sink, trying to bring him down. The last flight, starting in England, was his 24th. And if they survived that, they'd go home. And all the pilots and Don said, we're not going. He says, we've gone this far. And the commander said, either die here or die there. They don't have any traitors in the war. So on his final flight, his plane was hit by anti-aircraft fire, and the plane went into a tailspin. The pilot was killed. The co-pilot was knocked unconscious. Don was in the ball turret, couldn't get out because of centrifugal force. Held him in there. And the co-pilot gained consciousness, leveled the plane, and Don bailed out. The plane blew up. Just as quick as he bailed out, it blew up. He landed in Berlin. And because of the Geneva Conference, they didn't kill him. They wanted to, because the Germans were getting bombed and their kids were being killed by the planes. They captured him. He was in a prisoner of war camp for 8 months. He survived. A lot of them didn't. They marched him, and finally the war came to an end. So he got out, came back to Minnesota, and he was a mechanic. But he was also a full-fledged alcoholic. He got up, drank all day, and went to bed. His wife was about ready to divorce him. One day, his buddy said, hey, Don, we're having a party. You want to go with us? Kind of like your story. He says, no, I just don't feel like it. That car was hit by a train, and all 5 of his friends were killed in that train. So Don said, maybe I'll go to church. So he went to Souls Harbor, Minneapolis, and the preacher talked about Felix, the Roman Empire that said almost persuaded. What was the king's name in Rome? And he was almost persuaded. And Don went forward and accepted Jesus as his Savior. He went down a sinner and he came up a saint. The minister said Don Nelson's life would make a black mark on tar paper. He went to Bible school. He came up to Stevens Village as a missionary on the Yukon River with 100 Indians for 7 years. No electricity, had a wood stove. And one day in Christmas, the planes wouldn't fly. It was 60 below and the oil coagulates. He couldn't go to the villages to minister. But there was a radio station that he said, maybe I'll go on that secular station and let the natives know that I couldn't get out there to the villages. And the guy said, well, we don't have any Christian songs. Oh, yes, you do. You got Merle Haggard, I Saw the Light. So he went on the radio station for 15 minutes with a song and a little bit of a sermon. And that program became so popular, he thought, well, you know, maybe I'll get my own station. And that station came up for sale. And he went down to Anchorage, him and his wife, to buy it. And he walked into the office and he said, I want to buy your station. He said, okay, we're selling it. How much money you got? He had 29 cents. He put it on the table. And the guy said, if you're crazy enough to buy it, we'll sell it. But that was 1966, we had a flood, and that flood wiped out that secular station. So he didn't buy it. But where I took you, a guy owned that land, and he donated it to Don to build the station. 20 acres. And Don said, no, I need more land. So he got 40. And he put that station up in the air with donations. Everything there is donated. Nobody gets paid. I worked there for a while. And today, that station is broadcast the gospel across the top of the globe, even into New Zealand. We get letters from New Zealand that listen to the gospel. 24 hours a day, FM, AM's on 20 hours a day, 19, and Channel 4 TV. It's the only station that has 2 radios and 1 TV. And Don's in heaven now. He died in Minneapolis at 74 years old. But he left a legacy. He's still on the radio. His name, KJNP, North Pole, Alaska, gospel station at the top of the nation. Now there is a real story for you, okay?